If you're getting the replication error reason 3 connection failure for Arma Reforger, I'm going to try to find a solution for you today. So I'm going to show you different methods that we used in our French team that worked pretty much. I'm not sure it will work 100% for you, but I hope it will work for some of you so you can play this fucking game. So as you can see, I'm running Arma Free 1.3.0.144. I've got a few mods on my playlist, and we've got our own dedicated server. It's this one, and once I try to join, the game is loading, and I was able to connect, but some of you will get the replication error. And for example, in our team, we are around 10 people joining, and each time we try to join, pretty much 50% of my players won't be able to connect. They will have a random error coming, and sometimes they will try to connect and it will work. It's totally random. So first solution, exit the game. Normally, as you tried to connect to the server and it shows an error, you will be able to exit, go to display here on Steam, go to servers, and you will have here in history all the servers that you try to join on Arma Reforger. Don't try to look for the game here because it's not listed yet on the list of games available on Steam. I don't know why. And you will be able to see your server that you tried to connect but failed to join. If you can't see your server here, there may be a bug. And for some of my friends, they can see the server after they try to connect, and sometimes they cannot see the server. So if you cannot see the server here, it's not gonna work for you. So if you see the server, try to join it. So you click on it and you click connection. If you get a message saying that the ID of the application is invalid, you say close and you click on join the game. For some of you, it's gonna connect you to the game anyway. If you get, like me, this error, you close this and you open again Arma Reforger. What we found out is that if you try to connect with Steam, it's gonna change the port that you're gonna join the server. If normally you're joining on port 1000, it's gonna connect you to the server with another port. So it's gonna be a Steam port. So you click on multiplayer, you try to join the server, but important, you click on direct connection. And normally you should be able to connect. It will change the connection port from your normal port in Arma Reforger to a port using Steam. We found out, for example, that for us, our port is 2302. And once we try this solution, it's connecting to port 65332, I think, something like this. So it's pretty strange, but I think there is a port allocation error through Bohemia's servers. If this solution didn't work, we got another solution for you. Close your game, go to Documents, and go to My Games, go to Arma Reforger, and delete everything in this folder. Be aware, be conscious that you will delete also your profile. You will need to reconfigure all your key binds. But we found out that if you delete only the mods, that your mods are in add-ons, sometimes it doesn't fix the issue fully. But by deleting everything, normally it should work. Once you did that, you go back to multiplayer on Arma and you try a direct connection by entering your IP address, IPv4, and the port that you're normally using for your server. If you are using a dedicated server, I advise you to do the same on your server. For example, I'm connected on this server. I'm going in Documents, My Games, and I'm deleting everything from Arma Reforger. I'm going back to my server files, and I'll show you my configuration file. So here you can see the settings that I'm using. I'm using a custom mission. Just so you know, we had this error with or without using mods on dedicated server, on official servers, and also on locally hosted servers. Always check that your mods are up to date. For example, on Arma Reforger, I'm gonna use a a mod list that is always up to date. If your mods are not getting up to date, go to manage mods here. Wait a few seconds, so it's making a query to see if you need to update some mods. For example, I need to update a few ones, and I'm clicking on download everything. Ask your players to do the same. Once your mods are updated, you will load your mod list. So for example, I'm using this mod list, so it's loading all the mods. And once it has loaded all the mods, you will go to JSON, you will copy this, go back to your server, and delete everything related to mods, but be aware that you need to keep the brackets open. So these are the two brackets in red that you need to keep, and you will paste your JSON here. Now you have your list of mods that are up to date, so I'm doing Ctrl S to save. Going back to my server, I'm closing the game, restarting the server. I'm waiting now that all the mods are updated. And while we are waiting for the update, you will go to your Wi-Fi settings down on the right. You're gonna click on Properties, and you're gonna switch your Wi-Fi to private and not on public. You're gonna go on the Defender firewall only if you're on Windows, and you will click on Authorize an application. Click on Modify parameters, authorize an application, search. So I will look for the Arma Reforger.exe. So this is in program files, Steam Apps, Common, Arma Reforger. I'm gonna copy this link and I'm gonna click on Arma Reforger BI. So the game is already on the list, and I will do the same for Arma Reforger Steam, Arma Reforger Steam Diag. And once I've done that, I will look for the application and I will click private and public. Click OK. Do the exact same for your server, if you're using a server, of course. One last thing that you guys can do if you're using a dedicated server, it's updating your Arma Reforger server files. So for example, I'm using this folder for my server files. You will have to use Steam CMD. You click on it and it's gonna look for new updates. You enter login anonymous. It's connecting, and you will enter app_update and 1874900. Press enter, and it's gonna load the updates for your server files. So mine is already up to date. Of course, you need to turn off your server, so it needs to be stopped so it can update the files. And after that, you can try connecting again to see if it fixes your problem. And once you've done that, I recommend you to, if you're using a server, to open your ports. I will not go in details about that. So if you guys want me to detail this part, I will make another video. So write a comment on the video and I will do it. So what is NAT port forwarding? It's accessing your local Wi-Fi and configuring ports that will allow traffic to pass through, in and out of your Wi-Fi network to, for example, allow yourself to connect to a server and a server to connect to your PC. So for Arma Reforger on my server, I need to open two kinds of ports: TCP ports, so this one and this one, UDP ports, this one and the others, but I also have to open from 27031 to 27036. So I will have to open 37031, 32, 33 until 36. After doing some extensive tests, I found out that this port is used, this one and this one is used, and some of these ports are not always used. It depends on the number of players playing, but we found out that the 31, the 32 are often used by Steam to connect you to the server. So check your NAT configuration. You can use ChatGPT and ask him, help me with NAT port forwarding on, and you will write the type of router that you're using. I'm in France, so I'm using the SFR router, and you will get questions from ChatGPT and the process to follow to allow you to open the different ports related to your PC. And normally you will be able to connect like I'm doing right now. If this video helped you to fix your problem, leave a like, subscribe and leave a comment. But if it didn't work, please share your experience in the comments. I want to create a community of people who will search together to find a solution to this problem, because we've been having this problem for almost a year with our team. Sometimes it randomly happens without a reason, and by using the fixes in this video, sometimes it doesn't work. Anyway, if you find a fix to this problem that I didn't share in this video today, leave a comment so we can share with more people. I think the main problem is still related to Bohemia's servers and netcode. So anyway, we don't have a lot of leverage on fixing this. So guys, see you soon, have a nice day, and let me know if it fixes your problems.